Take this mask, wear it only when you are alone, and never let anyone call your name while it is on your face.
Where have she gone to? Where have she gone to?
In the ancient village of Umufuru, where the wind carried whispers and the earth remembered secrets, there lived a princess whose beauty was the pride of the land. Her name was Princess Alari. Men came from far kingdoms just to watch her walk past. Women named their daughters after her. Mothers prayed that their children would be as beautiful as she was. But Alari had a fear, not of enemies, not of war, not even of death. She was afraid of her own reflection, because each time she looked into a mirror, she did not always see the same face. Sometimes the reflection smiled when she was serious. Sometimes the eyes moved when she stood still. Sometimes she would turn away and still feel the reflection watching her. The elders called it the spirit of the unfinished crown. No one understood what it meant. Not even her father, King Obina. Not her aunt, Auntie Funaya, who raised her after her mother passed away. Not her closest friend, Ngozi, and not her loyal maid, Chinwe, who slept outside her door every night. Then one strange market day, everything changed. The sun stood in the sky as if time had stopped. No child cried. No trader shouted. A woman walked into the village. Nobody knew her. She wore no shoes. Her clothes were old but clean, and her shadow fell in front of her instead of behind. People moved away from her path. She did not greet anyone. She walked straight into the palace. The guards tried to stop her, but their strong spears bent like fresh palm leaves in their hands. She entered Alari's room and said in a calm, soft voice, "I have brought a gift for you, a mask that shows truth and hides danger." Her name was never asked. She placed the mask in Alari's hands. It was carved from dark Iroko wood. It had the shape of a royal crown. The eyes looked as if they were alive. The woman leaned close and whispered, "Wear it only when you are alone, and never allow anyone to call your name while it is on your face." Before Alari could speak, the woman was gone. Will Princess Alari dare to wear the mask? And what will she see when she does? That night, curiosity defeated fear. Alari locked her door and held the mask in her hands. Her heart was pounding. Her fingers trembled. She remembered the woman's warning. Wear it only when you are alone, and never allow anyone to call your name while it is on your face. Slowly, she brought the mask closer to her face. It was heavier than it looked, cooled like river water in her palms, and those eyes, they seemed to watch her back. She took a deep breath and pressed it onto her face. Immediately, the room changed. The walls melted into shadows. The ceiling disappeared into darkness. The moon outside glowed red, like fire in the sky. Alari's breath caught. Her legs shook. Then, as suddenly as it began, her room returned. Everything was normal. The moon was silver again, the walls solid. Alari lay on the floor, gasping, her heart still pounding. From that night, she trusted no one. She stopped eating food prepared by the royal kitchen. She dismissed her maidens. She accused Panamdi of betrayal. She stopped talking to Ngozi. The palace, once full of laughter and light, became cold. The villagers began to whisper, "The princess has been cursed." Some said it was the work of the strange woman. Some said she was a goddess testing the kingdom. King Obinna sent hunters into the forest to find her. None returned. Alari could not rest. Every night, the doubt in her heart grew louder than fear. She knew she would have to wear the mask again, but what she would see next, she could never have imagined. What horrors will Alari uncover the next time she wears the mask? And will she ever be able to trust those around her again? Alari could not sleep. Her mind was alive with fear and curiosity. The mask had shown her truths she never wanted to see, yet she felt drawn to it. That night, she locked her door once more. She held the mask in her hands, feeling the weight of its dark power. Taking a deep breath, she placed it on her face again. Immediately, the world around her shifted. The palace walls stretched and twisted. The floors seemed to ripple like water. The moon turned a deep burning red. She walked through the palace halls, and what she saw made her gasp. Her father, King Obinna, kneeling in a secret chamber. He was offering her childhood toys at a hidden shrine. Her late mother, Queen Amaka, stood at the river, her hands wet with black tears. Her childhood friend, Ngozi, was not just jealous, she was plotting in silence. Alari stumbled back, fear twisting her stomach. She wanted to remove the mask, but it held fast. Then she heard it. A voice, soft, gentle, familiar. "Alari, my daughter." Her heart jumped. She froze. Could it really be her mother? The mask's warning came back to her. Never allow anyone to call your name while it is on your face. But she forgot. She answered, trembling, "Yes, Mama." The mask reacted. It tightened around her face, like living skin, like it was part of her. She tugged at it. She pulled, but it would not come off. At dawn, the villagers saw her walking slowly through the market square. The mask had become her face. Her voice was no longer her own. Wherever she stepped, flowers dried. Children hid. Dogs howled. Then she began to speak. Secrets no one had ever told. Hidden crimes, buried betrayals, unspoken envy, a husband's betrayal, a sister's jealousy, a friend's lie. Families turned against each other. Friends became enemies. The kingdom began to crumble. The villagers shouted one name. "The strange woman, she has destroyed us." King Obinna called upon a powerful diviner, Baba Nwosu. The man entered the shrine and disappeared into the spirit world for 3 days. When he emerged, his eyes were red. He spoke with a heavy voice. The woman did not bring the curse. The curse was already here. The villagers shouted in confusion and anger. Who then? Baba Nwosu did not point at the king. He did not point at the chiefs. He did not point at the servants. He pointed at a small object in the shrine of the ancestors, Alari's childhood drum. Inside it, they found a broken piece of mirror, the very first mirror Alari had ever owned, the one her mother had broken and warned her never to use again. Baba Nwosu's voice dropped to a whisper. The truth has been waiting. The mask only reveals it. The villagers stood frozen. The broken mirror in the drum glimmered in the morning sun, its jagged edges catching the light. Baba Nwosu's eyes swept across the crowd, heavy with meaning. He spoke again, his voice steady, almost like the wind itself. When Princess Alari was a child, she was not the most beautiful. The crowd gasped. Baba Nwosu paused, letting the silence grow. Her cousin, Amarachi, was. Alari's heart clenched. Baba Nwosu continued. Amarachi moved into the palace after her parents passed away in a motor accident. She was young, lost and alone. The king and queen welcomed her, raised her like family. The villagers murmured among themselves. Baba Nosu raised his hand for silence. Out of jealousy, Princess Alari went to the river shrine one night. She made a silent wish, a wish so powerful the river heard it. The wind howled through the trees, as if the forest itself was listening. She said, "Let everyone see only me. Let me be the one they cannot look away from." The crowd's eyes widened. Baba Nosu said, his voice deep and resonant. The river answered her wish. Her beauty was no longer ordinary. It was stolen from the joy of others, taken from the peace of the palace, taken from the lives around her. Alari's hands trembled. Her stomach tightened. Baba Nwosu's gaze turned toward the princess. Her maid became bitter because she could never be noticed. Her friend became jealous because she lived in her shadow. Her father, he made sacrifices to hide the truth. And her mother, she died trying to break the spell. Alari felt the weight of every secret pressing down on her chest. Then a hush fell over the crowd. Hush! The mask, Baba Nwosu whispered, did not curse her. It removed the lie. It revealed the truth long hidden. King Obinna stepped forward, his voice shaking. "And the strange woman, who is she?" Baba Nwosu's eyes glimmered with mystery. "She is the river goddess. She came not to destroy, but to reveal." Alari's knees weakened. The villagers looked at her with a mixture of fear and awe. Baba Nwosu continued, "To remove the mask, the princess must do one thing. She must stand in the village square and allow all to see her real face. Not the beauty taken, not the face she stole from others, but her true face." Alari's heart pounded. She swallowed hard. Every eye in the village was upon her. Would she have the courage to reveal herself? Would the village accept the truth or turn against her completely? The village square was quiet. Every eye was on Princess Alari. The mask clung to her face, heavy and alive. Her hands shook. Her legs felt like lead. The river goddess had shown the truth. The mirror had revealed her jealousy. And now, the moment of reckoning had come. Alari took a deep breath. She stepped forward. She lifted her chin. She looked around, and she allowed everyone to see her real face. The mask loosened, then fell. It clattered onto the stones of the square. The villagers gasped. Alari was no longer the most beautiful. She looked ordinary, like every other young woman in Umufuru. For a long moment, nobody spoke. Then, a small girl, Ifeoma, walked forward. She reached for Alari's hand, not because she admired her beauty, but because Alari was like them now. Human, ordinary, honest. Alari's heart swelled. Tears filled her eyes, and she finally understood. Beauty alone does not bring love. Secrets and envy only bring sorrow. From that day, the story of Princess Alari was told in Umufuru. Be careful what you wish to become, because the world you force to admire you may be a world quietly breaking around you. And they also say, truth is like a mask. It does not change who you are. It only removes the person you were pretending to be. The villagers remembered. They told the tale to every child born in Umufuru. A story of jealousy, of envy, of truth revealed, and of a princess who finally learned to be herself. Alari stood in the square. The sun shone on her face. No magic, no mask, just her. And for the first time, she was at peace. Some wishes carry hidden prices. Some beauty comes with a shadow. But courage, honesty and truth can set even the heaviest mask free.